in association with SA Tourism and Gauteng Tourism.
The city of fashion. The city at the heart of nature. And a world-class African city, Johannesburg.
With nearly 5 million inhabitants, Johannesburg is the largest city of South Africa. The economic centre of the country has much to offer. Great malls, restaurants and nightlife. Plus, it's surrounded by beautiful nature.
Johannesburg, here I am.
After checking in, Pearl is ready to explore the sprawling metropolis that is Johannesburg.
So a great way to see Johannesburg is by car. Let's have a little city tour.
All of Joburg is at your feet, Pearl, or in this case, the pedal of your convertible. How about a drive over the iconic Nelson Mandela Bridge? This architectural landmark leads to the colourful district of Newtown, which is near the central business district. Pearl has arrived at the neighbourhoods market in Braamfontein, a trendy place where you can get every possible type of food.
There is no better way to start off the weekend than at Neighbour Goods Market, the place where all the hip and happening of Johannesburg meet every Saturday. There are many different things to try here, and Neighbour Goods Market has a little something for everyone. Hi, can I please have this one? Thank you. The 1970s marked the beginning of the end of apartheid, and Johannesburg played a big role in that. 30 years later, South Africa even has their third black president. This museum shows the very impressive history of the country.
Thoroughly absorbing and quite an emotional shock for all who visit it, the Apartheid Museum is a must-see. History is presented in a contemporary and uplifting way.
Evoking pain and as well as jubilation of the human spirit and pride, it's a reminder of how lekker it is to live in South Africa today.
The Apartheid Museum tells the story of apartheid and the path to democracy by using a variety of media. It also has special rooms that are dedicated to the 1976 Soweto uprisings and Nelson Mandela. Gauteng Museum is one of the most inventive and interactive museums in the country. Let your curiosity get the better of you and go back in time. This museum is located in the cradle of humankind near the Sterkfontein caves, where many showcased items were found, like the missing link between apes and humans, which was recently excavated here. Be sure to get the kids on the underground tugboat ride. Time to hit the road again. Pearl is ready for some shopping.
Johannesburg is home to a variety of shopping destinations where you can find both local and international brands.
Johannesburg delivers when it comes to shopping opportunities. Big malls, featuring every high street brand imaginable, are right next to small local boutiques just as worthy of your attention.
In Johannesburg, Johannesburg, there are a lot of places that you can visit, but this is a hidden treasure. We are in 44 Stanley.
44 Stanley is Johannesburg's best kept secret. What was a series of industrial buildings is now a relaxed meander through 25 specialty boutiques, restaurants and design studios.
I'm going to try this one. Think it's nice? I'll take it, yeah. Everyone enjoys a fresh glass of beer every once in a while, and I'm about to experience the brewing process at one of the most prestigious breweries in the continent. Jealous much?
The process starts with growing the hops. This is the only place in South Africa besides George where hops are grown.
It smells good, eh? Now this is a traditional beer. It's called umqombothi. Very tasty.
Of course, the tasting of beer is an essential part of the tour. Pearl is on her way to Newtown. Here she'll visit one of Johannesburg's most famous theatres, the Market Theatre.
This building actually used to be a market, and the theatre has a nice authentic ambiance. Hello, one ticket please. Thanks.
The theatre itself is infused with theatrical history. Grammy and Tony Award-winning musicals like Sarafina have graced the stage, and even plays by Athol Fugard and John Carney had their premiere here.
Let the show begin.
Once, Ryu and Marion came to our house. Dad invited all of his friends.
You'll find this theatre smack in the middle of the Newtown Cultural Precinct. Its stages have seen South Africa's most famous actors, so make sure to book in advance for a glorious evening out. Tonight, Pearl has chosen to have dinner at Signature Restaurant, which is located in the Morningside shopping mall.
If you see this place, it won't surprise you that this is one of the most trendy and exclusive restaurants in the city. What I personally love about it is the fact that there's a live band playing right next to me as I enjoy myself.
Signature takes pride in their international kitchen. Their haute cuisine has a creative interpretation.
Thank you so much, it's lovely.
Signature Restaurant is one of the most exciting places in Sandton, offering a unique mix of exclusivity, comfort and sophistication. Enjoy the magnificent sunsets through the floor-to-ceiling windows.
South Africa is famous for its dramatic landscapes and swooping vistas, and what better way to see this than on a hot air balloon?
Sounds like a good plan, Pearl. I envy you. A balloon ride is a great way to see the African wilderness from above without the distraction of engine noise. The experience of quietly drifting where the wind takes you is simply unique.
Wow, this is beautiful. Right now, we're flying over the cradle of humankind.
The cradle of humankind is a UNESCO heritage site. Some of the oldest hominid fossils were found right here. And remember, always celebrate your flight with a glass of champagne. Cheers!
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Paul. That was a lovely experience.
It's a great pleasure. Happy, happy memories.
Thank you.
All the best to you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Release Nelson Mandela, bringing back home to Soweto.
Out of the many ways to travel in Johannesburg, I've chosen to use a bike. It's one of the most exciting and original ways to travel around and see all the historical sites of Soweto.
There's a lot to see in Soweto, like the Hector Peterson Memorial. It was erected in memory of a boy that stood up against the apartheid in 1976 and was tragically shot dead. Once a notorious shantytown, modern-day Soweto is a colourful district, brimming with life, making it quite a unique place to visit. Up next is a ride on the Gauteng. The destination is Pretoria, only 20 minutes away. Pretoria is considered one of the 3 South African capitals. Besides being the seat of government, the city has much to offer. A must-visit is Freedom Park.
Freedom Park is about South Africa's history. It's about the colonial past and apartheid, but it also includes the pre-colonial past. I've heard it's quite impressive.
That's right, Pearl. It's a very serene and tranquil place, but it will certainly give you food for thought. Take a look at the Wall of Names, a monolith inscribed with the names of those who died during 8 conflicts within South Africa's history.
When visiting Freedom Park, you really get to learn and understand the true sense of how far South Africa has come.
Freedom Park is an ambitious and impressive heritage project, a haven to reflect on the past and a beacon for the future. From Pretoria, Pearl travels to the Gauteng Game Reserve.
Now this is something really special because just about an hour's drive from Johannesburg, you can find yourself face to face with the Big 5. And right here is my ranger, Jessie. Jessie, how's it? I'm very good, thank you. Let's go.
The Gauteng Game Reserve was an initiative of the state. Local farmers and tribes contributed their land in order to attract tourism and employment opportunities to the area. Now it is the first free roaming Big 5 residential game reserve in Gauteng.
Okay, Jessie, so until recently, before I came here, I'd actually never heard of Gauteng. Can you please tell me more about it?
Basically, back in the days, Gauteng was basically just a whole bunch of farmland, and then there were a couple of lodges in between as well. And then basically the government bought all the animals that were on the property, from the smallest to the biggest animals. There were Big 5 here before, rhinos and leopards, but they did bring in your lions, elephants and buffalo.
After a short drive, Jessie spots a special member of the feline family.
Wow, there's a cheetah right there.
Measuring 18,500 hectares, the Gauteng Reserve is already of considerable size. But the ambition is to become the second nature reserve in South Africa. It's a special experience to see the wildlife up close and personal.
The trendy suburb of Melville, situated just west of Johannesburg, is very popular for its wide variety of coffee shops and very lively nightlife.
The many trendy bars in Melville are a great place to let your hair down. Here it is about seeing and being seen, whilst enjoying a glass of Prosecco or a delicious cocktail. It's safe to say that if you're someone who wants to dance the night away in this marvellous city, there is plenty of good opportunities all over town.
There's just something about Johannesburg that makes you want to stay, like the beautiful people and the wonderful sights. But now it's time for me to leave. Till next time.